Welcome back to Apex Sci-Fi. For 60 years, the SETI program, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, has scanned the heavens. We have pointed our ears at the stars, listening for a whisper, a hum, a pattern that would prove we are not alone. We dreamed of receiving the secrets of fusion energy, the cure for all diseases, or perhaps a message of galactic peace. We assumed that any civilization capable of sending a signal across the void would be wise, benevolent, and profound. We were wrong. We forgot that technology doesn't just enable exploration. It enables commerce. And the more advanced the technology, the more efficient the annoyance. Today's story is about the day the silence of the universe was finally broken. The day humanity united to decipher a message from the Andromeda galaxy. And the day we realized that the great silence isn't because aliens are dead. It's because everyone else in the galaxy has learned to put their phone on Do Not Disturb. If you block unknown numbers without answering, smash that like button. And if you want to know the galactic customer service wait times, subscribe and ring the bell. Incoming call. Potential spam. The signal arrived on a Tuesday. It hit the Parkes Observatory in Australia first. A burst of radio waves on the hydrogen line, 1420 megahertz. It wasn't background radiation. It wasn't a pulsar. It was structured. It was mathematical. It was loud. Dr. Eris Thorne was the astronomer on duty. He was drinking stale coffee and reading a comic book when the alarm screamed. He spilled his coffee. He looked at the waterfall of data cascading down his screens. Prime numbers, Eris whispered, his hands trembling as he typed the verification sequence. It's counting. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. It's artificial. It's them. Within an hour, the world knew. The news cycle broke. War stopped. The internet crashed. For the first time in human history, every eye on the planet turned to the sky. Religious leaders gathered to pray. Scientists gathered to calculate. Politicians gathered to draft speeches of welcome. We called it the greeting. The signal was looped. It repeated every 42 minutes. It contained a massive packet of encrypted data. It's a language, the linguists at the United Nations declared. It's a primer. They are teaching us how to speak to them. It took 6 months to decrypt the packet. Humanity worked together like never before. We pooled our supercomputers. We shared our electricity grids. The collective IQ of the species was focused on a single task, translating the message. We built a translation matrix. We prepared a global broadcast. The day of the reveal was a holiday. The day of contact. Billions of people watched the live stream from the UN headquarters. The Secretary General stood before a massive screen. Citizens of Earth, she said, tears in her eyes. We have decoded the audio. We will now play the first words spoken to us by our cosmic brothers. Let us listen. She pressed the button. The world held its breath. Static hissed. Then a voice cut through. It was synthesized, clear, and oddly polite. Greetings, localized biological entities of Sector ZZ9 plural Z Alpha. The crowd cheered. They knew where we were. They had a name for us. The voice continued. We have been trying to reach you regarding your planetary vehicle's extended warranty. The cheering stopped. The silence that followed was heavier than the silence of the void. The voice droned on, oblivious to the existential crisis it had just caused. Our sensors indicate that your planet, Earth, has exceeded its original manufacturer's coverage period of 4.5 billion years. As a result, you are currently vulnerable to unexpected crustal failure, atmospheric leakage, and asteroid impact liability. The Secretary General stared at the console. She tapped the microphone. Is this a joke? Did hackers get in? No, ma'am, the lead technician whispered, looking pale. The signal source is verified. It's coming from the Andromeda galaxy. It's real. The alien voice continued its pitch. This is a final courtesy notice before we close your file. By upgrading to the Galactic Platinum Protection Plan, you can secure your orbit for another epoch. Coverage includes solar flare protection, tidal regulation, and a 24-hour roadside assistance for moon deorbiting events. A collective groan echoed around the world. It wasn't wisdom. It wasn't a threat. It was a robocall. Turn it off, the Secretary General ordered. We can't, the technician said. It's on a loop. It just keeps listing the terms and conditions. Coverage does not include damage caused by civil war, nuclear self-immolation, or plastic pollution. Please press 1 on your quantum transceiver to speak to a representative. Press 2 to opt out. Press 2, someone shouted from the back of the room. Opt out. We didn't have a quantum transceiver. We couldn't press 2. So, we did the only thing we could do. We listened. For weeks, the signal blasted us. We couldn't block it. It overpowered our radio stations. It bled into our Wi-Fi. You would turn on the TV to watch the news and you'd hear, "Don't let a magnetic pole reversal ruin your day. Act now." Then things got worse. Since we didn't press 2, the system assumed we were interested. A ship arrived. It wasn't a warship. It wasn't an explorer. It was a sales kiosk. A massive rectangular vessel, painted in bright, obnoxious shades of neon orange and green, parked itself in low Earth orbit. It projected a hologram into the sky, a giant QR code. A shuttle descended. It landed in Times Square. The door opened. Out stepped an alien. He was short, wore a polyester suit that shimmered, and had a name tag that read, Ziggy Jr. Sales Associate. Ziggy walked up to the nearest police officer. He held out a tablet. "Hi there." Ziggy chirped, his translator working perfectly. "I noticed you guys didn't respond to the mailers. Classic pre-warp civilizations, am I right? Always busy with the whole survival thing. But seriously, look at this planet. The mileage is insane. You guys are overdue for a tectonic alignment." The police officer aimed his gun. "Hands up." "Whoa, easy." Ziggy raised his 3-fingered hands. "I'm not here to probe you. I'm here to save you money. Look, I can see your ozone layer is thinning. That's a pre-existing condition, but I think I can get my manager to waive the deductible." The world governments convened an emergency meeting with Ziggy. "We don't want a warranty," the US president explained, visibly frustrated. "We want you to leave. We want the secret to faster-than-light travel." FTL? Ziggy laughed. "That's included in the gold tier package. But you have to bundle it with the asteroid defense subscription. It's a monthly fee of 40 trillion credits. We don't have credits. We accept raw resources. Gold. Water. Your moon. We can tow the moon. It's really just dead weight, isn't it? Messing up your tides. We need the moon." Okay, tough customer." Ziggy tapped his tablet. "Let me talk to my supervisor. I might be able to get you a promotional rate. How about this? You give us the planet Mars, it's not like you're using it, and we give you a free subscription to Galactic Hulu for a year." "Get out," the president said. "Sir, if you decline coverage now, you are accepting full liability for when your sun expands into a red giant. That's gonna tank your property values." Humanity realized then that we were not fighting a military invasion. We were fighting a high-pressure sales tactic. We tried to attack the ship. We fired a missile. The ship didn't fire back. It simply deployed a liability shield. The missile bounced off. Ziggy sighed. "Did you just try to void your warranty? Aggressive acts against service representatives are a violation of the terms of service. I'm going to have to flag your account as high risk." The harassment continued for months. Holographic billboards appeared in the sky advertising planetary refinancing. Drones dropped flyers over cities offering 0% APR on black hole insurance. The aliens weren't killing us. They were annoying us to death. Finally, humanity did what we always do when faced with bureaucracy. We found a loophole. A lawyer from New Jersey, specialized in consumer fraud, read the 40,000-page alien contract Ziggy had left behind. He found something on page 39,402. He marched into the UN. "I found it," the lawyer said. "The Do Not Contact Clause." "What does it say?" "It says that any species designated as Class 5 unstable is ineligible for coverage due to high actuarial risk. Basically, if we are too dangerous to insure, they legally have to leave us alone." "But how do we prove we are unstable?" "We don't have to prove it," the lawyer smiled. "We just have to show them our history books." They invited Ziggy back. They sat him down in a theater. They played a montage of human history. World War I. World War II. The invention of the atomic bomb. The time we declared war on emu birds and lost. The Tide Pod Challenge. Ziggy watched. His eyes grew wider and wider. His skin turned a pale shade of beige. "You," Ziggy stammered. "You split the atom, on the surface? Of your own planet? As a weapon?" "Yep," the president said. "And you?" Ziggy pointed at the screen. "You drink ethanol? A rocket fuel solvent? For fun. Every Friday. And you keep apex predators in your houses? Cats? Those are murder fluffs." Ziggy stood up. He grabbed his tablet. "Okay, well, I need to cancel this application immediately. You guys are uninsurable. You are a liability nightmare. If the underwriters saw this, they would fire me. So you'll leave? Leave? I'm fleeing. If this planet explodes, which it definitely will, probably next Tuesday, I don't want my name on the paperwork. Consider your warranty voided. Ziggy ran to his shuttle. He didn't even try to upsell them on window tinting. The orange ship broke orbit in record time. The signal stopped. The holograms vanished. The silence of the universe returned. Humanity looked up at the stars. We were alone again. We didn't have FTL. We didn't have a cure for cancer. We didn't have galactic peace. But we also didn't have a monthly premium. And somewhere, in a distant galaxy, there is a database with a red flag next to Earth. Do not call. Do not visit. Residents are crazy. It was the greatest victory in human history. This has been Apex Sci-Fi. We search for intelligent life, but maybe the smartest thing intelligent life can do is stay quiet and avoid the salespeople. If you have ever hung up on a telemarketer, you are a hero of Earth. Comment below. What is the most annoying spam call you get? Subscribe. And please, don't pick up the phone. Call disconnected.